Welcome back to Barbecue with Greg. Let's put that meat on the grill. Let's get started. Welcome back, barbecue friends. Today I want to do another brisket. So a couple things I learned from the last time. One is the seasoning you use on the outside has a lot to do with the flavor in the end. So I'm going to do that a little differently than I did the last time. And two, I'm going to use some smoke wood this time. The last couple pulled porks I did with smoke wood, and it really had an effect on how the fat rendered down. And I think it's going to do really well with the brisket as well. So let's get this started. So you can see I piled up a good amount of charcoal in there. I put some using cherry wood today. I got a little starter cube down here, so let's light this up. Okay, now that the barbecue's all lit up, let's get our brisket out. We'll carve that all up and season it and get that going. Okay, here I got a 5.7 kilogram brisket. Let's open this up, trim off anything we need to, and get this prepped. Okay, I'm gonna start off with this big hunk of fat here that's really hard. So like I say, I found it really important that the seasoning on the outside really complement the flavor of the meat. So in this bowl I mixed black pepper, paprika, garlic salt, onion powder. And each time I added my pepper, I didn't want it too salty, but I wanted a lot of that pepper and garlic flavor. So I think I got a good balance between the two. So we'll rub this on and we'll get it ready for the grill. So I'm gonna be cooking this fat side up. So a lot of those fats hopefully will just render down into the meat. So I'm gonna start off with the bottom side. I like to do it on tinfoil wrap here. That way when you're done seasoning, just wrap it up. And when your grill's ready, meat's ready just to go on. Here's all the trimmings I got from the meat. This time what I'm gonna do is chop these in small pieces, melt it down, use that for other things. So we got a really good heat source going here. So what I wanna do now is put our grills on, get it ready for cooking. Put the heat deflector. Bottom grill. Now add a tray of water. Got everything ready, got quite a bit of smoke here, so just to regulate that, I'm going to close the lid. I'm going to open this right to 3 for now. I'm going to leave that wide open for now, just till that catches a little bit more. Wait for the smoke to clean up here a little bit, then we'll get our meat on. Okay, now that the smoke cleaned up a little bit more, I want to cut my dampers back a little bit. Open that up. Maybe about 3 holes on the bottom here and up here. Cut it to about 1.5. And again, I'll just let it sit here for a bit until I see even less smoke. But what a beautiful day for this. It'd be a little unnerving to spend $80 to $100 to put meat on the grill here. But even with a couple missteps, this meat is just delicious. So hopefully today I don't have any. I guess sharing what I'm doing here hopefully helps take away some of the fear for someone else who wants to try this. The last time I did this, I was just impressed with how delicious it was. So I needed to do another one, and here we are today doing it. Barely got any smoke coming out. I got a dome temperature of about 275. I'm gonna cut this back even more to around 1. I'm gonna open the bottom vent to maybe 2 sets of holes, and let's place that meat on there. I will close this up. Check back in about 4 hours or so, but for now we'll just get out and enjoy the day. It's been a couple of hours I have this on, and I notice our dome temperature is around 350, so we're just cutting back our upper vent to about halfway to 1. And on the bottom here, I have it open to like 1 set of holes. So I imagine as this goes on, that'll kind of choke off some of that fire. This temperature will start to drop. Ideally, I want to stay around 275, so I may have to come out and start opening vents, but for now, we're just gonna leave that go for an hour or so and see where we end up. Okay, we're nearing the 4-hour mark here on the cooks. Right now, our gauge is about 300 degrees here, so we're maintaining nicely. Just gonna leave those vents the way they are. Okay, so let's open it up and see what we got. Oh yeah, that's just coming nicely here. So I'm just gonna give it a spritz with some water just to kind of cool the outer part here a little bit and keep that outer part from drying up. There we go. Okay, so we'll close this up and I'll see you next time I check on this. Okay, we're about at the 5-hour mark here. I'm still about 300 degrees here on the gauge. And just want to open it up, give it another spritz. Then I'm going to put a thermometer in it so we have another means of measuring things as we're going. So let's open it up, check it out. I'll bring you in closer here. Okay, so this is just looking beautiful here. A lot of that fat rendering down here. A little bit of a crust forming, just perfect. So we'll close the lid here. So now we got an extra gauge here we can watch, and we'll check back maybe in an hour or so, see how that crust's forming, see what kind of internal temperature we got, and then we'll go from there. We're about 8.5 hours into the cook here. Now periodically I've been coming out and spritzing the meat and just keeping it moist throughout the cook here, but now we reach a temperature of 190 degrees internal on the meat. We've been maintaining around 300 degrees on the dome here, so I think it's time to open it up, check it out. Got a beautiful crust on here now. Here, I'll take you in a little closer. Got just a beautiful crust forming here on there. Still quite soft underneath, but nice crust on the outside here. The smell coming off of here is just amazing right now, so I want to take this off and I want to wrap it up now. Now, like I did last time, I made a couple straps to go underneath. Slip that underneath. This up. Look at that, beautiful. So we wrapped the meat in some butcher's paper here. Now that we're all wrapped up, I'm gonna open this up to about 1 here. Maybe show about 2 sets of holes on the bottom. Now we're showing a reading of 192 here. Once I get over about 200 degrees here, then we'll take this off the grill, rest it, and then we'll go from there. 9.5 hours. We just reached an interior temperature of 201 degrees. Time to pull this off. We'll let it rest, and once it's rested, I'll bring it back out. We'll get a couple slices out of it. We'll take a look out of it, have a little taste test, and we'll see what we got. Rested for probably about an hour or so. See, it's quite a bit smaller than when we started here, but still quite a bit of jiggliness to it here. So let's cut it open Cut it right down the center here. Just take a couple slices off of here. Oh my gosh, it's wow, you can just see the juices in that. Nice dark smoke ring, even on the bottom of it a little bit. Looks real nice. Now time for the best part, the taste test. It's quite a thick cut here, but ooh, it's hot. Oh man. Okay, this is why we do it. Okay. The crust flavor, just spot on this time. The smoke flavor got right into the meat. You get the crust flavor on the outside, but the smoke made it right into the middle. Wow. Again, just amazing. I know it's such a tough piece of meat, so it requires that long, slow cook in order to render this all down and get the inside to render down nice. But wow, what an amazing cut of meat with that crust and the flavor on the inside. Wow. This is going to be good. So we'll slice all this up. We'll have a nice dinner tonight, but the leftovers, you know, we'll slice that up, make some freezer packs, and we can eat this for a long time. I hope you enjoyed this cook. Thanks for sticking around with me. If you like this cook, you know what to do. Smash that like button, and we'll see you next time on Barbecue with Greg.